What's up, boys and girls? I'm Nikhil. So this is what we are going to do. From the time you wake up till the time you sleep, let's say there's a 16-hour difference in between them. What you do is you break these 16 hours into 16 1-hour slots. And after completion of every hour, you write down very specifically in a notebook what you have done in that hour. Now for calculating this 1 hour, use the timer in your phone. I know there'll be clocks, don't use clocks. There is a particular reason I'm asking you to use your phone. I'll tell that reason later. Now, one promise that you should make to yourself is that I will not open my phone unnecessarily. You know what unnecessarily means, right? I will not open my phone unnecessarily. But this is that promise that is bound to be broken by everyone. So what you do is in a notebook. Okay, before I forget, write this in a notebook or make notes in your desktop or computer where you can see it every day. Don't write it on loose sheets of paper. You'll get lost. There'll be no use for this activity, right? As I told, you're bound to break that promise. So what you do is in the notebook that you're writing, on the top right side corner or wherever there is space, write down number of times phone opened, and every time you open your phone, add 1 to that number. I know there are apps to do this, but there is a reason I'm telling you to do it physically. You will get the feel of what you're doing only when you do it physically, not when the numbers are displayed to you on your face. For example, let's say on day 1, you have opened your phone 100 times unnecessarily. So what you do is on day 2, you should reduce that number by 5. So day 2, you should maximum number of times you are allowed to open your phone is 95. This is a rule. 5, reduce 5 every day. Day 3, maximum you're allowed is 90. You should reduce that. That's one point that you should definitely follow. So I know you have this question in mind, which is, will my marks increase if I do this? To be frank, I don't know. I don't know whether your marks will increase or not. Now comes your second question. Then why the hell should I do this? Let's look at this at a long-term perspective. The biggest problem you have in front of you is JEE. But after you come out of this phase, there are way bigger problems that you've got to face, right? Every time you face a problem, your brain automatically asks you whether you'll be able to solve it or not. The funny fact is that your brain itself will tell you the answer. But what happens in the time between the asking of the question and getting the answer to the question is something like this. So what your brain does is that it looks back of whatever things you've done or whatever problems you have faced. Now, if you have continuously failed in all the problems, so it will automatically tell, don't do this, anyway you will fail. But let's say you have failed in all the problems till now. But now you take this 30-day challenge, right? You take this as a challenge. You do it sincerely for 30 days. Now what your brain does is it looks back, it checks, it looks back, it checks, it says fail, but you have done something. So now your brain will say, I don't know whether you will be able to solve the problem or not, but try it. Try it at least once. This was not my point. I listened to this in a podcast and I found it very logical. That's why I'm telling you. And this is another point which I found very interesting in the podcast. It was, if you have nothing to fall back upon as achievements as such, when you're facing with the problem, you have nothing to fall back upon, saying that you have done so and so, you have done well, you have solved this problem. So what you do is you can build your confidence by doing your everyday activities right. So whatever you have written, it's not to just write once and forget about it. You have to analyze it that day itself. You may realize that you have been unnecessarily wasting time doing so and so. You may push that. That thing can be done by somebody else. So you can tell them to do that for you. So you start to manage your day. You start to structure your day. See, I have a major drawback. I'm not consistent. This consistency problem has been from my sports days. When I play tennis, we focus on ball and play. Keep the ball in. That's it. Don't hit too hard. Just focus on ball and play. But even that, I would either hit it in the net or go beyond the baseline. I had consistency problems with that. And again, now doing my work, I have consistency problems. So I will take this challenge along with you. So this is what we'll be doing. Every day before I sleep, I'll put a community post of what I have done on that day. And you can respond in the comments of what you have done, your schedule of what you have done in, let's say 8 to 9, you have studied physics, write that. Okay, so this is what I am expecting. So initially, on the initial day, we'll have around 200 people responding. And then as days go by, the responses will reduce. This is what I'm expecting. But you know what? You can break this expectation for me. The other thing that I want you to be is be truthful to yourself. Just don't simply randomly write stuff you've not done in the comments. See, most probably on the first day, I'll be wasting around 5 hours, 6 hours or even more than that, because I have not found out a purpose like I had with JEE. I had a purpose to work hard. Now I still haven't found out that purpose to work hard. Therefore, even I will be slightly lacking. I'll be wasting like 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. And I also waste lots of time listening to podcasts. I should not phrase it this way. This is not a waste of time, but I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts. They've also helped me to a great extent. The idea of starting this channel came from a podcast that I listened to. To do any challenge, what you require is a strong purpose. The purpose, you have got to figure it out yourself. If you're not able to find a genuine purpose, lie to yourself in such a way that you make this challenge a do or die situation. Die in the sense not literally die. You understand what I'm saying, right? And thank you for watching.